Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for WhatCulture.com, joined as ever by the fiery redhead of the main channel,
Hello.
Ash Millman. Hello, Ash.
Hello.
How are you today?
Hello.
And today we are coming at you hot and fresh like a bagel popping out of a toaster because we have some news for you. Now let's get buttery together. Bit weird that, wasn't it?
I like a Philadelphia bagel, you know. I like a bit of a cream cheese bagel.
You are cream cheese, mate.
Yeah.
That's absolutely disgusting. Right, anyway, let's kick off with our first news story, which is quite a Christopher Biggins, because it is actually going to be quite game-changing. Lead us in.
What? It's so we, as people have seen on the internet, as it's going wild at the moment, is we have had a new casting for the Little Mermaid live-action film, which is not Halle Berry, but Halle Bailey from Chloe X Halle.
Which we were trying to figure out where they came from, because it's somebody that I haven't listened to their music before.
Yeah, the R&B duo who used to do YouTube songs and then have done some other things for TV, and now she's going to play the Little Mermaid, so she's our new Ariel. And this is wonderful. She's a good singer. She's got a great face. I think she's going to be fantastic for it. But they are changing Ariel's race from when she's like a white mermaid in the 1989 film to Halle, who is black.
Yep.
So literally no problem at all, but the internet is going wild for it.
It's an interesting one because it's like, I feel like it's part of a greater discussion of Disney, who are updating their own animated movies with these live action films. And a lot of people were asking the question, what's the point of them? And I do agree to some extent, why bother changing the child? But I do feel that these are effectively like myths. They're tales that are retold time and time again. It's what we do in our society. So it makes perfect sense to update them to reflect a modern society.
Yes.
And if people have a problem with that, then they aren't really part of the modern society then.
I think she's a fantastic casting. I think what the director has said, which is Rob Marshall, let me
get your fat notes out. Go on, get your stacks out.
So he says, it was abundantly clear that Halle possesses that rare combination of spirit, heart, youth, innocence.
Oh, we don't have that.
And substance.
I was about to say that, I don't have that either. I was about to say I could have applied for this role.
Oh, wow. Plus a glorious singing voice, so.
Ooh.
Go on.
I could
Go on.
Oh, yeah, that's not even the same film.
The Whole New World is the... Oh, no, yes, Aladdin.
Idiots. Yeah, I stood up.
Under the sea. And then all intrinsic qualities necessary to play this iconic role. Yeah, so she's fantastic. I think she's great. I think she's a great choice. I think she's going to look great as Ariel. Like, she says it's a dream come true.
Oh, well, obviously, being a Disney princess, I'm pretty sure, is like most women's dreams, isn't it? To like do that, like. Isn't it? Well, you look around and you see so many young girls in like princess costumes. I'd assume that they don't sell them like.
Are you hanging around with that hangs out in a princess costume?
Just look at a picture from Disney World.
Oh yes, that's the place to look.
Ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. There's been other people that have been attached to the project as well so far, because Melissa McCarthy has been told that she will be, or is auditioning to play Ursula.
Yeah,
again, I think that's a great fit because she's got great comedic timing, which a lot of people don't remember from the original film. Like Ursula had amazing comedic timing. Yeah. And then there's also that young kid who's going to be playing Flounder, whose name.
Young kid.
He's to be honest, for me, I would have preferred it if they just got an older actor doing a younger voice. I don't like child actors. I'm sorry. I don't like child actors.
Well, yeah, no, fair.
To be honest. Most of them are crap. Prove me wrong, internet. Prove me wrong. But flipping over from something that's very family friendly, let's talk about a man who has made his entire career off of making R-rated content. Not that kind, not the spicy kind, not the VR bongo kind. We're talking about Quentin Tarantino, because unfortunately, he's putting out sort of messages that suggest that he might be quitting directing after his new film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
But to be fair, this is a surprise because he's always said he's got a 10 movie plan or something, hasn't he? This is number 9, isn't it?
Yeah, which seems that he's kind of cutting himself short because he's made a huge deal about doing 10 movies and done.
Yeah.
And I have to respect that because he's a director that's not only gone out there and shared crazy visions, like they've not been standard films, any of his stuff. Even the sort of most basic ones veer off in completely bizarre ways. So I can respect him wanting to retire before his product gets to diminishing returns.
Yes.
I totally understand that. But you're so close. Just do one more.
Literally, it's one more film.
Yeah,
I think he's got so much to offer the world with all these weird things that he comes up with and his like unique autorial style. It just seems really dumb to go, okay, 9 and done, baby, how'd I go?
It doesn't sound good either.
No.
If you just go, I made 10 perfect films, in my own opinion, 10 perfect films and I quit while I was ahead. That's like the legend status.
Especially when you've said it the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want to cap out at 9.
Yeah. What's 9?
Everyone will be hounding him if he did. Imagine if he just goes, right, okay, I'm going to stop at 9. Next time you see him, I know you pop down and see him at the post office occasionally. He's waiting for his gyro or whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. And you just go up to him and you'd be like, Quintox. You just go,
hey, big cute.
Don't do that with your hands again to him.
Oh, hey.
That's why he won't talk to you anymore. But like, you go up to him and be like, where's film number 10? And he'd be like, I quit when it was number 9. I could have gone for the gold, but I decided to bail out.
And I say, hey, you're a big idiot. What did you do that for?
And then his next 10th film, Big Idiot, starring Quentin Tarantino. But yeah, this is what he had to say to GQ Australia. He said, I think...
Is that what he said?
No, he did not. He didn't start with that. I think when it comes to theatrical movies, I've come to the end of the road. I see myself writing film books and starting to write theatre, so I'll still be creative. I just think I've given all I have to give to movies. Now that's an interesting one, unless he's going to do some weird thing of like, he'll claim that his 10th film was actually a book. Maybe he'll write a script, but he won't direct it, if you know what I mean. But it won't be his film. I don't know. It's an interesting one. And the worst thing is that it's been kind of like supported by Brad Pitt, who was also interviewed by GQ Australia. He says, no, I don't think he's bluffing at all. I think he's dead serious. And I kind of openly lament that to him, but he understands the math of when he feels like directors start falling off their game. But he has other plans and we're not going to have to say goodbye for a long time. Now, I feel like that's mixed messages, don't you?
Yeah.
Because don't have to say goodbye for a long time. It's not like he's dying, mate. That's the sort of thing you'd say if he's like, oh, he's a bit sick, but he's always going to pull through. Like, I don't know.
Unless he's pulling some big move where he does 9 and then he does all this weird theatre that he's going to do and then comes back and does one movie like in his heyday years when he's like 18. It's like, I'm going to do this last film before I go.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Or even just he went absolutely batty and it was like he'd actually secretly been filming extra scenes from all of his other films that were going to be collaborated into the 10th film. And it's like,
oh no.
Like scenes from Inglourious Basterds matching up with like Jackie Brown and stuff like that. It'd be absolutely mad. But yeah, a bit of a sad one to see that he might go. But hopefully it's not going to be the case. I would hate to force somebody to work when they aren't feeling it, but at the same time, he's got such a gift, it would be a shame to see it go.
And speaking of directors, this very clean segue, there's another director.
Oh, this is good. Guys, this is why we pay her the money. This is it.
Announced.
Hold on to your hats, lads. Here we go. Where's the segue? Here we go. A director. That's a good line.
His name is J.A. Bayona. And he's coming to the Lord of the Rings TV series.
Oh.
So that was a very good segue.
I had to ask you who this was because I didn't actually know the name instantly when you said. And then you told me that he had directed, drum roll please, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Are we still speaking
Do
at the
it
same
again.
time?
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Thank you.
Absolute piece of piss, that film.
It's
not.
It's a film.
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 Just like he is a director in all but statement. I didn't like it, and if you liked it, that is absolutely fine.
All the people in this office that love trash films even said it was bad as well, which that's coming from me. Like I like crap, and this was it wasn't good.
I mean, for me, they wasted all of their good stuff in the trailers. They didn't know what they were doing. That whole subplot with the sort of like human cloning thing and having all that, the girl release all the stuff at the end. It was just kind of like
spoilers.
Yeah, you know what? I don't care. It was just bad. I'm doing you a favor. Don't watch this film. Just stop at I say stop at 3. I don't even like Jurassic World.
Just stop 1. Like do 1.
Just stop at 1.
One and done. One and done.
Why even watch any films?
Yeah, no.
Ash Millman, stop watching films.
Watch the first 10 minutes. Done.
Anyway, not the point. He's going on to do the Tolkien.
Yeah, sorry,
you smack him a kneecap. I've got bad knees, man.
Sorry. It's from me smacking him all the time.
Exactly.
But yeah, he hasn't just done Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which we need to give him his dues for because he has also done.
Go on. Oh, that was good. That was good.
That went out of my mind then. He's also done The Orphanage.
Which is a good film, a very good film.
That was executive produced by Guillermo del Toro. It is a wonderful little tight, thrillery, horror-y little piece of goodness. It's really good. And he's also directed A Monster Calls as well, which has Liam Neeson as the big tree monster going, hello, I'm Liam Neeson as a tree.
Right, okay, that's scary. You did it before and it's still scary now. Yeah, I wouldn't want to take my kids to watch a Christmas film that has the title Monster in and also having Liam Neeson as a tree really spooking up my kids.
Yeah, he comes in the window and is like, come on, my tree branch.
He comes. What?
Come on to my tree branch. No,
what part of his anatomy is that?
It's on. He's on. Come on to my tree.
I'm just saying, man. Liam Neeson.
This is disgusting.
You're disgusting. You're talking about monsters coming into kids' rooms with their big tree branches.
Oh my God, he's a big monstery friend. Like, it's supposed to, he's telling stories from the past, and this boy's like, wow, that's really interesting. That's what the story is.
Sure.
That's what happens. But anyway, those are his films. A Monster Calls, great. A Monster Calls, great. Orphanage, great. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Not great.
Not great. So, at least he's on a 2/3 hit rate here.
Yeah, but no, he's going to average out.
Oh, yeah, true. But anyway, he's directing, it's going to be about so many things here out there. He's directing the Lord of the Rings TV series, which is going to be about the Second Age.
Cool.
So it's all about Numenor and all that sort of things, which is like the joining of the First Men and the Elves and all that sort of stuff. So maybe we'll see Galadriel and Elrond when they're young and fresh and hip and happening.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, maybe.
See, this thing, I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, and I know that you guys know Scott very well. One of the people here is on the Gaming and Main channel quite a lot. He is a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, and even had his rings inscribed.
Yeah,
and
Lord of the Rings wedding.
Lord of the Rings wedding. Like the guys like super. So he will be very, very happy with this. I, as per usual, will be approaching this with trepidation because with TV stuff like this, you're gonna have to accept a lower budget. You're gonna have to accept a bit more corny, cheesy, episodic nature that might not fit very well.
But it's Amazon. They're gonna die, and everyone's really hyped up for it. So I think it's gonna go well. I think he's a strange choice, but the way that he handled A Monster Calls and like the physicality of all the beastie stuff would be really good for like orcs and all that sort of thing. And the Orphanage, you can obviously handle a good story that has emotional depth to it. Yeah. So those are the things that Lord of the Rings needs.
Yep. I'm excited to see more. Like I always just get a bit worried when it's huge franchises like this stuff adding in because it's like it was almost like The Hobbit was a step down, and I hope that this isn't a step further down. But still, that's coming out. Do we have a release date for when that is coming out?
No.
That's fine.
Or at least I don't on this piece of paper. So.
But you know what? I'm going to borrow a segue from your segue book entitled "This is a Segue Book," written by Ash Millman. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Speaking of a TV show, let's talk about another TV show. Look at that segue, classic. Yeah.
There it is.
So Jeffrey Katzenberg, he's had an interesting career. He was the co-founder of DreamWorks and was a former chairman of Disney Studios at one point in time. And in 2012, he was almost the owner of 3 exclusive episodes of Breaking Bad.
Ooh,
that's a bit of a weird story, because he's trying to get this service off the ground at the moment called Quibi, which is basically the people have described it as a short-form streaming service where you go in there and you pay like $1, $2, whatever, very small amounts, and you watch like shorts, like 10 to 15-minute shorts. Yeah. What he wanted to do originally back in 2012, just as the final season was airing, is get 3 exclusive episodes of Breaking Bad and then cut them into chapters that he would then put on the streaming service and
do 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, for 10 to 15 minutes at a time, do $1 a time, and he was just like, yeah, I'll make absolutely tons of money. Guess how much he offered the studio to make just 3 episodes? 3 episodes, and I'll give you a sort of like rough estimation because at the time each episode was being made for $3.5 million each episode because it was the final season. They were putting everything behind it. Okay. How much do you reckon he was going to offer them for 3 episodes?
15 million.
You are way off.
25 million.
Keep going up.
60 million.
Keep going up.
120 million.
Well, okay, now you're just being stupid. It was $75 million that he offered them for that. That's quite
a lot of millions.
$25 million an episode because he thought that he would make that money back. Like, I actually think that it's a fantastic idea and the service still is going ahead. But just imagine that, like a couple of dollars at a time, and you'd just be like raking it in on the streaming service.
To be fair, it's a really good idea.
Fantastic, but it kind of fell down at the, not first hurdle, but I imagine the kind of very early one, because you've seen the ending of Breaking Bad, right?
No.
You know what happens at the end of Breaking Bad?
No.
Do you want me to just ruin it for you?
No, I have seen it.
That's fine. Well, let's just say that it would be impossible for them to carry on with certain characters. So yeah, it was kind of like when he realised that, he was like, oh yeah, maybe this, maybe I should. But if he'd chosen a different TV show, he could have totally done that. But yeah, he actually wrote down here. He said, I was convinced that there were 10 million people who would have paid $1 a day for 30 days to do this, and it would have been one of the greatest financial scores of all time.
Wait, $1 a day for 30 days? Was he going to stretch it out for 30 days?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Oh my, I'm actually glad he didn't do it.
I mean, it would have been very annoying just as anything was happening, because I can't imagine the cuts would have been very, clear unless he made them tell them with that in mind. But yeah, if you are interested in the service, it's debuting in April 2020, so it's still going to be a thing.
Interesting.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know down below what you thought about it all, as well as any other comments that you'd love to share with us, because we'll be back tomorrow and maybe we'll answer any questions that you might have that are burning in your brains and fingertips. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me at RetroJ with a 0 over on Twitter, and
I am Ash, and you can follow
delivered
me.
with all the passion of one of your voiceovers
You're
there.
speaking very calmly. It's thrown me off. You're like, hello, this is the end of the video.
Listen,
Thank you for tuning in.
I've been to the gym and I'm flying high on endorphins, and
Ooh,
only endorphins,
baby.
and also this. Also today's sponsor, Blue
Drink.
It's fabric softener.
But yeah, you can follow me at Ash Millman, and that's the end of the news. Drink your blue. Goodbye, you.
See ya. Bye.
Finger
Finger guns. Good.
one of them.
Good.